LA Confidential. This is an interesting movie. It was recommended to me by my father. He's been telling me for a while to watch this movie. He's been telling me every day, son, watch LA Confidential. You like it. You like movies, right? You'll love LA Confidential. So, I ignored it for the longest time until, I jumped out of a tree. It was 8 feet tall, and, I currently got my foot in a brace here. I broke it, and that is the result. Haven't been able to walk for 4 days, and here I am sitting around 10 a.m. in the morning, or at night. I don't know why I said the morning. 10 p.m. at night. And I come across the idea that I want to watch a movie, and I think about all my selections, and then I remember my father telling me to watch LA Confidential, so I'm like, alright, I'll watch it. So then I put the movie on, I just gotta say one thing right off the bat. Fuck you, Kevin Spacey. Just fuck Kevin Spacey, dude. Fuck this movie. It's actually a pretty great movie, but fuck this movie. Fuck you. You're hot as fuck, but fuck you. Like, no, she's seriously fine as hell, dude. Like, she, dresses up as Rita Hayworth or Marilyn Monroe or one of them, old bitches. Nah, she's fine, dude. But fuck you, Kevin Spacey, dude. That lieutenant guy's not bad. I like his character. At first you hate him because he's a snitch, but then you realize that he's actually a good guy, and he just wants to fuck Rita Hayworth and shit. It's funny how he fucks the hooker that looks like Rita Hayworth, or whatever the hell her name is, just this blonde chick. He fucks her, and then he goes up to another, famous movie star, and he thinks that it's a hooker, but he confronts her and he's just like, a hooker that looks like a movie star is still a hooker. And then Kevin Spacey's just like, dude, that is the movie star. And then the movie star just chucks fucking seltzer water in his face or something, or wine. This movie is a perfect representation and visual aid for what is wrong with cops in Los Angeles. I mean, it truly is a perfect depiction. Before I get into this though, I just want to say Russell Crowe, terrific actor. I thought it was a little comical and silly though, how in one scene he completely destroyed a chair with his hands. Now don't a cop goes through that training, he's a muscle guy, they emphasize that in the movie. It's very possible that he could break his hands with a chair, but that was just so intense. I couldn't take it seriously. It was just like, my man broke a chair, then when he loaded the gun in the dude's mouth, he did it several times to where the guy knew that there weren't any bullets in there. So it was just kind of it's just a threat. Leaves you flat. I don't blame the police force for being so strong in Los Angeles. I don't, because Los Angeles was commercialized as this big consumer palace in the 50s. So many people were swarming to California because they believed this superficial materialistic lifestyle could be achieved in the West because it wasn't happening anywhere else. So they felt that they could go to the West and be more free because it was a lot more away from everything, and it was closer to the state and of Washington and such. So there was just a lot more land for people to work with, so they felt as if that they could truly develop and create a new world out there. But then what they didn't realize was that through their own marketing techniques and creating this place as a consumer palace for most of the common liberal people that surround that area, has created this demographic of very violent and volatile Neanderthals, which spawn from this large congregation of Homo sapiens, creating this unearthly volatile energy, because it's just so misunderstood. You can't create a peaceful palace without a couple people trying to ruin that, in the sense that when I mean ruin, I mean that they don't understand themselves enough to truly create that palace with you. So when you start to involve a lot of people that have a lot of issues and problems, that's when it starts to become a problem. It's because they now bring and create the problem as that. They just create problems instead of actually just kind of being, they just create problems. What I'm mainly talking about is that the reason why police are so violent is because there's just so many fucking people. There's so many fucking people that the crimes start to get more intense. There's like fucking massacres, dude. God, fucking massacres, dude. Like, people are dying, man. It's some fucked up shit. Everything was just so crazy at that time. You know, they have gang members, they have the Crips, they have the Bloods. They have such volatile energy, man. You know, like some really just... There's so many fucking people, there's all this volatile energy that it catches on. It catches on within the congregated force of matter, and then all these people push that energy into focus, and the cops just, it became so much, and it became so tense for them that they didn't know what to do, that the police force even started to get more primitive along with this primitive consciousness of mankind, and it just wasn't going well for anyone at that time. Like, I would think from... Well, even when the hippies started to come out, that was just a very short period of just trying to get things to be in order and like at calm, at peace with itself. And then it just, the 70s and the 80s and the 90s and the Rodneys and the cocaines and just, you know, it all blew up and then everything turned into LA Confidential. This was made in 1997, so it was perfectly reflecting that kind of hostility that was happening at the time. To give more of an like a cop-like perspective on you know, the peacefulness of a cop, you know, because like they have this entire generation spawned like NWA and Fuck the Police that they need to make something to admire cops again. Lethal Weapon was also helping that cause. It was just like there was too much hatred towards the police, and there still is, and it's increasing ever so more. But with movies like these, they get to really help and show that the police, at least as individuals looking to make their country, not even their country, let's not even put ego into it. There are cops, individuals within the police force that are looking to just help mankind, that are looking to just help other individuals. That's it. Is that you need that one core, that one spark, that one person to allow yourself to feel safe. And there you go. Well, that's all I have to say really about this movie. Fuck you, Kevin Spacey. Good night.